everyone, Lucamus Prime here, so it's time for another Legacy Super Runs Chapter 3 1 controversy. It's going to be for Superboy.
Time to do my best, and hopefully look good doing it.
So here he is, guys. This is actually Connor Kent, I think it is, the son of Lois Lane and Superman. And yeah, he looks pretty awesome in this game. Yeah, they've totally nailed his design based on the comics. Because when you compare him to the comics, it's just perfection, isn't it? Yeah, just like the comics, yeah. So what can he do? Well, he attacks like this, yeah. And because he's a Kryptonian, he can whip up the ground, he's very strong. And he's got the strength abilities. And also as well, just like Superman, of course, he has ice breath and heat vision. Now, they did something pretty odd with the Kryptonians in this game, in which they made it cycle between the ice and heat beams, like in Wild Superheroes 2. I kind of wish they did that, but for different buttons, like the same button, which is A in this game. I wish they could, you know, have made, like, if you held down Y, heat, and then if you held down A, ice. Something like that, really. But unfortunately, that's not the case in this game. But when you do aim at a specific object that requires that beam, it does switch automatically to that if you're on the wrong beam, so that's pretty handy. And of course, because he's a Kryptonian, he can hyper jump and he flies. That's pretty awesome, yeah. So I'm very glad we brought Superboy back in this game, really. I was very surprised he actually brought him back, considering the game is about villains. But yeah, he is indeed in the game, everyone. And I love how he's also got the S on his cape as well, which is pretty nice, yeah. Now, if you're wondering who his voice actor is, guys, it is Yuri Lorenzo who voices Superboy in this game. Yeah, Yuri Lorenzo is a great voice actor. And he's known for voicing young teenage characters because he has a very youthful voice for his age. Because he's in his 40s, you see. So, yeah, he's got a very youthful voice, hasn't he? But personally, I think the best voice that he's ever done has to definitely be Spider-Man from the Spider-Man PS4 game, without a doubt. His performance in that game was absolutely phenomenal. So, great acting in that game, definitely. And there's lots of other roles he's done, such as, I love him as Matt Miller in the Saints Row games. And also as Iceman in some X-Men related media. And there's tons of other stuff he's done as well, which I think is great, yeah. And I do believe he has voiced Superman before in the show called Legion of Superheroes, when he had only just become Superman. So it was kind of like Superboy had only just become Superman. So in a way, he's kind of reprising his role as Superboy from another media, isn't he? Which is great, I guess, yeah. I still kind of wish we brought back Nolan North to voice Superboy, considering he is in the game as Ultraman and Bizarro. I wish we got him to voice Superboy. But unfortunately that's not the case. They probably wanted a younger sounding actor, really. Then again, well, you still get to play as his version of Superboy from Young Justice in the Young Justice DLC pack, which is great, I guess, really, for all you fans of Young Justice. But unfortunately, Nolan doesn't voice him in that. He doesn't talk. So this leaves me wondering, guys, who's going to play Superboy in the DCEU? We need to find a great actor to play him if Superman and Lois Lane have a child together. Definitely. We've got to. And whether it be, of course, Connor Kent, the son of Lois and Superman, or maybe a younger Superman, you know, Clark Kent when he was younger. Because there has been a few Superboy related media where it's a young Clark Kent, really. I mean, some might say the TV show Smallville is kind of like a Superboy show, isn't it? Because it focuses on a young Clark Kent before he becomes Superman. But yeah, would love to see him appear, and there is a possibility that he may appear in the Arrowverse at some point, because it's revealed in the Elseworlds crossover that Lois Lane and Clark are expecting a child together. So we have to go to Argo City in preparation for the birth. So this means that at some point in the future we'll probably see their child, and hopefully it'll be Superboy, you know, Connor Kent. I mean, it is certain, surely, that it'll be Connor Kent. I mean, I bet most comic book fans will be very surprised if they welcome a daughter instead of, you know, Superboy. It'd be another Supergirl, essentially, wouldn't it? You're probably wondering how to unlock Superboy. Well, it's pretty simple. He's actually a quest character in the game. You've got to go to a Batcave to find his quest. Very ironic, considering he's in the lair of a friend of his dad, rather than, you know, somewhere related to his dad, or their planet or something. well, yeah, you gotta do his quest, and that's how you unlock him. Just do a quest, and then he's a playable character. So, like, I don't know how much he was. He was probably like 100,000 studs. I mean, a lot of characters in this game are that amount. But yeah, that's how you unlock Superboy. Pretty simple if you ask me. So now we've talked about what you can do in the game, the rewards and how you unlock him. Let's take a look at his character profile and read it. Hold on. There we go. So he's known as... Hold on, it's Jonathan Samuel Kent. Okay, so it's not Connor Kent. Right. Named after Clark Kent's adoptive dad. How nice. Affiliated with Justice League, so his detective mode, yeah, if you tap A, he has that. Flight, immune to fire and toxic gas and toxic goo as well, yeah, there. Heat as well. Heat. Hyper jump, ice, super strength, smash walls, security access, extra vision and technology. He has a camera to take a selfie of Agent Smith. Where is he? Oh, there was detective mode just then. Can't believe Superman's son, he's let his son have a mobile phone, eh? You gonna pause, Smith?
It's where it belongs.
You gonna pause, Smith? Smith, you gonna pause? Thank you. Now let's read Superboy's profile. Born in an alternate timeline, Jonathan Kent grew up as the son of Superman and Lois Lane until he discovered that he had special powers of his own. Slowly learning to harness those gifts, Jonathan became Superboy, the Boy of Steel, with hopes of living up to the heroic example of his parents. He debuted in More Fun Comics issue 101 in 1945. His conversion is Converging Superman issue 2. So his debut will mark its 77th anniversary this year in 2022. Awesome. Whereas his current version will mark its 7th anniversary. Oh, nice. He's been out for a very long time, hasn't he? Yeah. 7 years of Superboy, that's amazing. So yeah, this will be showing you Superboy and Legacy Supervillains. Great character, definitely. And a great addition to the game, considering the game is about villains. Very surprised he was brought back, but yeah, I'm very happy he came back. So yeah, be sure to give this video a like. Also let me know in the comments what you think of Superboy in this game if you play this, or you think of him in general. Also be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos coming in the future, and I will see you all later.